I was like, you don't feel amazing, Dana.
That's right.
You feel normal. And there's so many people listening to this right now that have forgotten what normal feels like.
My life has completely changed since I met you. What happens is you get to an age, it could be 50, and you start to go, oh my God, this must be what 50 feels like. You taught me and showed me it's total bull.
Oh, I am in, baby.
Keeping it real right there. That was UFC President Dana White talking about how his life has changed forever. Thanks to our next guest.
He's joining us now with more tips on how to work towards becoming the ultimate human. Please welcome human biologist, biohacker, Gary Brecka. Hi, Gary.
You know I have to be President Dana, and then he's been the biggest cheerleader. And the thing that got me so intrigued when he was telling me about you is that you told him if he doesn't change his ways, he could die in 10 years.
A little over 10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And you got pretty good at nailing down when people could die.
Well, for 20 years, I worked in the mortality space for a large life insurance company. And we predicted mortality to the month.
That's fascinating. And he's clearly, he's looked better than ever. So,
But we want to live.
Yeah, we want to live. And I love what you say about how feeling amazing is what normal should feel like.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He said, Gary, I feel amazing. I said, Dana, you don't feel amazing. He's like, what do you mean? I said, you feel normal. That's how normal is supposed to feel. And so many people chalk up these things to a consequence of aging, like weight gain, water retention, poor sleep, lack of focus and concentration, poor response to exercise. And they go, oh, I'm just getting older. You know, or I'm too busy. It's my kids, it's my career, it's my spouse, it's what have you. It's none of those things.
You're flipping it on its side, which is what I love. You talk about biohacking and some tips for that. Give everybody out there a couple of tips that everybody can do.
So there's 3 things that you could do that would completely change the trajectory of your life. You know, I say that aging is the aggressive pursuit of comfort. Most of us are aging faster because we are pursuing comfort aggressively. We have to stop telling grandma not to go outside, it's too hot, not to go outside, it's too cold, just to lay down, just to relax, to eat at the very first pang of hunger. These are collapsing our natural defense mechanisms. The body does well when it's challenged. If you don't load a bone, it won't strengthen. If you don't actually tear a muscle, it won't grow. If you don't challenge the immune system, it weakens. So 3 things you could do starting tomorrow morning would be expose your skin to sunlight.
I've been doing that since we said yes. I'm doing it in the morning, but because you said in the morning it's the best, right?
First light. Yeah, first light's very special light. In the first 45 minutes of the day, there's no UVA, no UVB rays, no damaging rays, healthy blue light.
And I've been getting a little tan.
I think you're already tan.
Level 2.
You talk about that. You talk about sunlight. There's a couple others.
I talk about sunlight. I talk about taking your shoes off and touching the surface of the earth. Think about the last
Hoover's
time
got
you
that
did
down.
that. You do? You walk around barefoot all the time?
I like to be barefooted.
Okay. All right, so then that's easy for you, but most people have not taken their shoes off and just contacted the surface of the earth. We discharge into the earth. Earthing and grounding is a very real thing. The earth is a magnetic field, and when we touch it, we actually get health benefits from discharging into the earth.
Real quick on that note, in all seriousness, does it have to be pavement? Is it better if it's dirt, grass?
No, dirt, grass, sand. Real dirt, grass,
Because
sand.
you know, on the house trail behind my house, I saw a couple guys jogging barefoot.
It's great for runners.
Yeah,
Barefoot.
but I'm always thinking of rock and glass, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nice little dog dropping off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Another big thing that everybody can do, talk about breath work.
Breath work is the single most impactful thing that you can do to change the entire trajectory of your life. I read a statistic the other day that after age 30, 90 to 95% of people will never sprint again. We just breathe with the upper end of our lungs, the apex of our lungs. We don't breathe with the lobes of our lungs. 2/3 of our lungs are down here. So learning how to do breath work could completely change the trajectory.
And it's been a very important element in martial arts because my professors and some of these others, they like meditate and do the breath work for a long period of time. These guys look fantastic.
It's amazing for mood, for emotional state. It raises dopamine
Nervous
levels,
system,
calms the nervous system down. You know, special forces do it before activity.
And is there a certain technique you need to learn, or?
Yes, I
Take us
use.
through some, Gary.
Oh, you want to do one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I use that. Well, the credit goes to a guy named Wim Hof, the Iceman. So if you ever actually want a really good tutorial on breath work, look up the Iceman.
I
Wim
loved him in Top Gun.
So I do 3 rounds of 30 breaths with a breath hold in between every single morning like clockwork. I will miss a commercial flight not to miss breath work. It is that important. If you do this for 7 days, it will become your new drug of choice. Your body will crave it like a rat to cheese.
3 rounds of 30.
3 rounds of 30 breaths. We're going to do 1 round of 3 breaths right now. Okay. So we're going to do a sit comfortably. If you are driving or standing, sit down, please, or pull over.
Okay.
Actually, you shouldn't be watching the show if they're driving,
Yeah,
right?
true.
Okay. So already, I hope they're sitting. But if they're not, sit down. So we're going to do 3 rounds. of 3 breaths, and I want you to breathe obnoxiously deep, like you were underwater and broke the surface of the earth, the water, and you just never thought you were going to get another breath. Ready? Like this. Obnoxious. And let it out. 2. And on the third one, then we're just going to hold our breath for a couple of seconds, and then take a nice deep breath in. Hold that for a few seconds, and let it out.
I'm lightheaded.
Already lightheaded.
I'm
That's the
lightheaded.
oxygen tension
Is that what it
changing
is?
in your tissues. That's the oxygen forcing other gases out of your brain.
I need to force a lot of gas out of me.
That's
Wow.
incredible.
It is
I do
so
feel
incredibly
that
I
good.
do
I
too.
feel like,
And we did
Yeah,
4,
right.
think of
You do
30.
30?
3 rounds
How much
and 30
break in
breaths.
between each?
So you exhale on your 30th breath and you hold your breath as long as you can. Remember, carbon dioxide, not nitric oxide, carbon dioxide is the major vasodilator in the body. So when we're done 30 breaths, we hold our breath, we allow our veins to vasodilate, and then take a nice deep breath of air in, and it just hits those tissues.
I love that. The breathing, the grounding, and the sunlight don't cost anything either.
Nothing.
That's great
There
that
we
we can
go.
all do. Oh, we can talk to you all day, but
Yeah.
listen, The Ultimate Human with Gary Brecka is available